Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Bouncing. My name is Susan Churchill. And thank you for finding my YouTube page to do your practice. Thank you for your kindness and forgiveness, as I am right now driving to Kentucky to visit family. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And interestingly, my list of words, it just happened to be in today. It didn't make it happen. The intention is peaceful journey. So how about that? So we're going to start with our feet, shoulder, hip distance apart. Feel roots going down into the ground. Feel the energy of the earth coming up through the bottom of your feet. Let your shoulders soften. Let's even pull them down for a couple seconds and then release. Elbows out, fingers spread apart, spine nice and straight. Breathe in through the nose. Nice big exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. So allow yourself just that restful breathing, that it's actually helping you to calm down, or in this case, if it's early morning, maybe to wake up. Because when we breathe in slowly, deeply, and gently, we actually bring in more oxygen than when we're breathing faster and more often. So let's bring the energy up from the earth. Feel it coming up through your body. Know that the chi of the earth is helping to release, renew, rejuvenate. And then we just let go anything we no longer need. Release it out and feel as if there is a sun in the center of the universe and there's beautiful rays of light are coming down. You feel it on your skin and going through your body, also releasing out butterflies of any color. You might feel it go all the way through your feet and into the ground. And then happily, as we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, we're going to start bouncing from the knees. Elbows out, fingers open, smile on our face. Tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. Allow your breath to come in slowly and deeply and gently, and allow your breath to release slowly, gently, and fully. And then we're going to bring our hands up over our heads for 5 minutes of bouncing with the hands over our head to live to 100. Just letting your hands flap like this. So if I stop moving, they're going to stop flapping. And when we do this, there are a lot of these energy buttons that are connected to the channels, energy or meridians, they're called too. And those are for all the different systems in the body, right? So we've got the lung system, the heart system, stomach system, the kidney system, and the liver system. And each of these system has meridians. Now, the heart system actually has more meridians than any of the others. We're just going to bounce and allow ourselves to kind of scan the body. in any way that you want to, from the bottom of your feet up or top of your head down, in any way whatsoever, to start to put attention to all the different parts of your body, to your hair and your eyes, to your bones, your muscles and ligaments and tendons. And just kind of notice and see how everything feels. How are your shoulders feeling? If you feel like you're tensing up, like you're lifting them like this, then use your mind and settle them down because they don't need to work. Shoulders aren't doing any work here, holding your arms up. How's your digestion? The stomach, this liver, the gallbladder, your lungs. How are your lungs feeling? As we breathe in slowly, deeply, and gently, we're helping our lungs. We're bringing oxygen in for all of our tissues. So if you can have a slower pulse, right, a slower rate of breathing with nice deep breaths, you're going to keep oxygenated all your tissues and organs. They need all that oxygen, and your brain needs it, right? So that's a wonderful thing to do. And then it also is very calming when we get excited or anxious and we start just breathing from the top of our body. Just like, not getting a lot in. There's not a lot of exchange. And you're not going to feel secure, right? So breathing in and breathing out. And just bounce and vibrate because the vibration is helping to go in and wake up our chi, our life force. So we're waking ourselves up, getting ourselves moving. Waking up the life force in all of our organ systems. And Master Lin says if we bounce for 5 minutes, I have two hands up, 5 minutes, within an hour of waking every day, we'll live to 100. Stick our hands down to our sides and go side to side. And just open, open, open. Let everything open up, your spine, having space between the different vertebrae, and plenty of room in your neck. So your neck can just turn. And you release and come back to center. Awesome. So now we're going to do our shoulder shrugs. So we'll bring our shoulders up to our ears. Head goes back, scrunch back a little bit. Now, if you're new starting this, you may feel, kind of, doesn't feel so good. And that could be showing you have some blockages. Once you start doing it every day, it's going to be easier and you can really start to feel the relaxation. And once your shoulders are down, we're going to actually use our intention to bring the shoulders down a little further something Master Lin taught us in the last couple of weeks to add to this movement for releasing stress. And there's lots and lots of stress around us in the news and on the streets and as you're driving and whatever. So give yourself some of these little breaks. You don't have to do the whole practice, but you could do some shoulder shrugs and then pull the shoulders down. Let's do one more. Lift the shoulders up, head goes back. So this helps. Originally, I learned of it from Master Lin on the Healing Connection when someone was asking a question about helping their brain health. And that was after I had fallen and got a concussion last March. Release the shoulders down. Feel the chi in the spinal fluid going up the spine and bathing our brains, and then pull the shoulders down. And then, so I've been doing it all the time, as most of you know, as you've been doing it with me. And then a couple of weeks ago, Master Lin has been giving us different ideas on what really helps to release stress, because you want the stress to be released before it gets stuck in the C7 or down your spine, if at all possible. And so that's one of them, is to do the shoulder shrugs, but to also release pull the shoulders down a little bit at the end. And I had mentioned as we were practicing this last year that I found that it really did help to open that C7. And if you think about it at some point, check it before I've remembered once, I think, check it before you do that movement and notice afterwards how more supple that area is. All right, let's tap the cheekbones, and then we'll tap the beginning of the eyebrows. And these two areas open up the front and back main energy channels. So the two main energy channels of the body. Then we cut the top of the head and then the base of the head. And we come down to that C7. So it's a bump at the base of the neck. And you can do this in a circular way. You could do a pinch and release. You can use one hand or two hands or switch around. Just open, open, open. Clap our hands at the inside of our left elbow, and then the right side. Underarm left side, and the right. Window of the lungs, and the right side. Up your kidneys. Rub with the backs of your hands and the palms. And then come down to the tailbone and tap your tailbone. And then tap the hips, the hip points. Come down and let's cup both sides of the left knee. And then the front and back of the left knee. Just send in beautiful vibrations. Good, 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 good vibrations. As being said. Okay. So that's our active exercises. Take a breath in and just feel it. Feel the chi moving. Feel how every part of your body is with you right now. Now we get into beginning of the universe position with our feet shoulder hip distance apart, knees bent, elbows out. Stretch your fingers, stretch your toes, and then release. Spine nice and straight, and you can play with your tailbone a little bit and see where there's a release in the lower back. Chin comes in, tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Smile bubbles up from your heart. And we can breathe in and out through the nose now, if that works for you. And kind of notice at this point, our aim, we're not going to make it happen, but our aim is that we'll be able to be breathing in and out in an equal amount. So maybe 4 to 6 seconds in and 4 to 6 seconds out, or whatever. But just notice, so we're not going to try to control it, and just notice over time how that'll happen, okay, naturally as you're practicing and being more consistent. And now feel as if you're breathing a little oxygen and you're just kind of lifting off the floor, but you have those roots holding you into the earth. So you're not totally solid, but you're not only light. We'll say the password: I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together. And then ask for what you want. Connect to what's most divine for you: family, teachers, angels, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Mother Teresa. Ever is beautiful, and you trust implicitly, maybe a family member or your dog. And ask for what you want from your practice today. We're bringing in peaceful journey, and you can start to think, what does that mean for me? For me personally, we're going to be driving to Kentucky, so that worked out. But also it could be your life, how you've journeyed your life so far, and the people and the places and the things and the experiences that have gone in and out and woven into your life. So now we're going to take our right hand over our upper chest, left hand over the lower dantian, elbows are out, fingers are open, smile on our face. Our knees are still bent. We have some space between our body and our hands, some space between both hands. I mean, space between our fingers, I apologize. And how about visualizing a column of light from the top of your head to the bottom of your torso? And that might even make your hands come out as you feel that. And what we're going to do is the movement called moving of yin and yang, which is for the wood element, which in our body is our liver system. We're going to bring in happiness, which helps us to release anger and frustration and resentment, which can do damage to our liver system. Liver system has the liver and the gallbladder and the eyes and the fingernails and ligaments and tendons. So to do the movement, we just take the right hand out and down, and then the left hand comes in and up, and it forms this elliptical pattern in front of our body like that. And you're just going to go slowly, close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, breathing in and out through the nose. Keep your fingers spread, because then you'll be able to feel the chi better. Keeps those chi channels open. See how that feels. Can you feel that column of light moving as you move your hands? Maybe you can feel when your hands move over certain parts of your body, because the palm of the hands is a connection to the heart, one of the heart meridians. So you can imagine or see light coming from your hands, and you might feel it as it moves up and down your spine. Especially you might feel it when the hands cross each other, because that's like a double beam. Breathing slowly, deeply, and gently, releasing the shoulders, releasing any tension. See what you see. Notice what you notice. You can use the color green and breathe it in through all the pores of your skin. What if you felt that green, happy light coming in? Because that's what we're cultivating is happiness. When we release anger, we need the happiness. We need that vibration. So if you've ever done that science experiment where you have a rope and one person's on one end of the hall and the other one's at the other end, and one's making a wave, and then the other one tries to make a wave that stops the other wave. It eliminates it. So the happiness wave stops the anger wave to release. You can think of it that way. You can think of the color green. You can think of plants. You can think of anything that makes you happy. And happiness just helps you to release that emotion of anger and to help to heal our liver system. Awesome. So now we're going to stop with our hands in front of the lower dantian. So we've got space between both hands and space between our hands and our lower dantian. And you might be able to feel as you breathe in and out, you might be able to feel the chi from your hands going through into your lower dantian and back. And then we're going to take our hands and actually bring them together like this, interlace them and bring them into your lower dantian and then circle around. So as if you're coming up on the right and down on the left, then you are the clock. See, it's clockwise. And you allow yourself to imagine or feel heat or warmth or light going in. And as you are doing this, so is all the chi that you cultivated that's spinning, spinning, spinning in the lower dantian, getting smaller and brighter, smaller and brighter, smaller and brighter, even smaller, even brighter as it goes faster and faster until it turns into a dawn. It's a tiny little energy pill you tuck deep behind the navel. And then let's rub our hands together as we finish our practice with some soothing exercises. 2 fingers slide up the sides of the nose to the forehead, around the face and down the chin. Master Lin has learned Qigong from different masters, so different schools of Qigong. So I don't know if you know, but there's more than 15,000 forms of Qigong that are registered. And so he learned these, and then he practiced so much, because what his mission is, a healer in every home and a world without pain and suffering. And so he knew, especially coming here to the United States, to the Western part, where we want everything done fast. And so he wanted to do authentic Qigong with real, predictable results, and to be something that anyone could do. You didn't have to have a certain level of fitness already to do it. And so that's how he created and keeps changing as well. He keeps upgrading as he finds easier ways, simpler ways for us to help to release energy blockages and to regain our health and wellness. Let's tap our hips again, and we'll come down and we'll cup both sides of the left knee again, and then the front and back. And then the both sides of the right knee and the front and back. All right, let's do one giant 10,000 hand breath in. So we've got our hands coming out, and then we imagine 10,000 more hands coming out of your body and looking up a little bit. Feel the universe and ask. You can ask for certain types of gifts, like we did with our intentions. Gifts for helping yourself and your family, your neighbors. And then we bring it down, and we know that as we accept these gifts, we also accept the responsibility to give them away in acts of kindness. As we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I send you many, many blessings. Thank you again for doing the practice through my YouTube channel. And I'll be back live tomorrow. Bye.